All right, next up, Jeff. This is going to be good. I saw this before we started the podcast, and I thought, well, this is different. I've been OTR for 3 years. I was a dispatcher before that for 6 years. It's not very often that you hear a dispatcher become a driver. Usually a driver becomes a dispatcher. But anyway, I bet it was a rude awakening, wasn't it, Jeff? You know, coming out of that dispatcher chair, getting in a truck, then, finding out, well, no wonder the drivers didn't care for me too much. No, I shouldn't be that way. All right, Jeff says, I'm tired of the road and want to become a freight broker. My boss is willing to help. My question is, can you tell me how I could get my license and get in the industry? Yes, absolutely. First things first, what I recommend to everybody is go to the, you're going to have to get a property broker surety bond, a $75,000 bond. And you're going to pay for that just like any insurance. It's going to be an annual premium. So what you want to do is find out how much that bond is going to cost you. Okay. Our recommendation, we'll point you toward JW Surety Bonds, and you'll find their website at jwsuretybonds.com. If not, do a search on Google. Anyway, on the main page of their website, there's a form there that you can request a quote. You want the BMC 84, I believe that's what it is, bond. There's a drop-down menu there. Fill out the information, submit it. In a few hours, maybe a couple of days, you're going to get a quote back. Now you're going to be able to decide, okay, do I want to start my own brokerage? Because you're going to have an idea what that bond's going to cost you. The bonds can vary anywhere from around $1,000 a year, and I've seen them up as high as $6,000 or $7,000 a year. You see what I mean? So, keep that in mind. That can influence you one way or the other. All right. Now, once you've decided you are ready to go and you want to start your own brokerage, maybe the bond's affordable, you're okay with that. Now it's time, you want to incorporate LLC for whatever your home state is. That can vary in prices. I know in Arkansas, I think it costs what? $50, $150? I don't remember now. But it's not that expensive. I've seen some states it's been really high, like in California. It's kind of expensive, but generally not that bad. LLC. Now, before you do an LLC or anything, talk to your tax person. Okay, talk to your tax preparer. And let them recommend. You don't necessarily need to go out here and get a lawyer for this, but talk to your tax person because you're going to want to be set up to where you're going to be self-employed. It doesn't matter if you're a broker, freight broker, brokerage company, or an agency. It's still a pretty good idea to talk to your tax preparer. Now, so they're probably going to tell you, okay, start the LLC. You're going to get an EIN number. Once all that goes through, now you can go ahead and apply for your authority. The bond's there. Okay, we're not going to pay for the bond yet. But it's available to you. It's good to go because you got a quote. Those quotes for those bonds are generally going to be good for 60 days. Most companies could be longer. But 60, you're pretty much safe. Now, something else about the bond, when they go to check out your bond, they're going to do a soft pull on your credit, so it's not going to show up. It's not going to be a hit on your credit, score or anything like that, but they will do a soft pull. All right, so you've got the corporation, you've got your EIN, now it's time to go file the paperwork. You can do it on your own. It's FMCSA website. I don't recommend it because the reason I don't recommend it is, you can save a couple $100. And I know a couple of hundred, but if you do something wrong, if you don't fill it out correctly, it could come back and cost you more money or delay the whole process. My recommendation is always, use an agent to do that for you. You see what I mean? Let them fill out all the paperwork so that way it's correct. No worries there. Now, within just a few hours of having your agent file the paperwork, you're going to get a notification back from that agent, and they're going to have your MC number and DOT number and all this other stuff. All right, now you can go back to the bonding company, and you can enter your DOT number and all that specific information, and then go ahead and pay for the bond right then. Now, what the bonding company will do, now that they have your MC number, they will attach that bond to your broker license application. See what I mean? It takes 3 weeks, 21 days, before you get notified that it's been issued. And figure about another 4 or 5 days to get the actual license in your hand, the license authority, whatever you want to call it, the document. Now, during that period, you're going to be bombarded with emails and letters and snail mail and everything else from everybody under the sun trying to sell you something. Ignore it. My recommendation, if it's something that you're not sure about, contact the agent that filed the authority for you. They're going to tell you if you need it or not. Generally, you won't. Okay, but when you file for the authority, they're going to file the license application, BOC3, and your UCR. All that's going to be included in that one payment. Okay. You're going to get email too saying, hey, for $75, we can expedite the process of getting the authority in hand, or whatever fee they want to charge. Just wait. You're going to have a lot to do in 21 days. Believe me. 26 days for the applications in hand. So give yourself time. Now, with all that said, let me back up a minute. You wanted to know how to get your license. My recommendation is start out as an agent. My recommendation to everyone is start out as a freight broker agent. The reason is, man, if you start out as a freight broker, you just got out of the truck. You've been dispatching 6 years before that. But you're taking all the weight of the world on your shoulder. You are now the company. If something goes wrong, it's on you. Okay, my recommendation is to get some experience. You can get experience as a freight broker agent. A freight broker agent's doing the same thing as a freight broker. You're just not carrying the full load, the liability. You're not having to worry about the administrative. You're not having to worry about paying the carrier, billing the shipper. You see what I mean? You can focus on building the customer base. You can focus on building your brokerage. And 3-6 months from now, when you're ready, you've got the experience, you got a customer base, you got a income producing business now. Yeah, step out, get your own authority. Your customer base is going to follow you. See what I mean? All right. Hope that helps you out. Jeff, if you have any questions, check out our website, tatoa.com. If you have any questions about any of the packages we have, feel free to call me, 479-668-0838.